there, it's Kevin with GatheringMatches.com with match number 1 with our nice little mono green Stomp in Standard. Yes, we'd like to play first. Keepable hand, we have a Servant into... we don't have really a 2-drop. We could draw into a 2-drop easily, but we have the Boon Satyr into Reverent Hunter. We could definitely go crazy with this hand. Aspect of Hydra could make short work of a deck that stumbles, so we'll just go ahead and throw out the Servant and then pass the turn. So again, the ideal draw would be an Avatar of the Resolute. Again, this is going to be a Abzan deck. Most likely the Dragon Atarka splash for red. I've been seeing that everywhere. But unfortunately, we do not hit a 2-drop. But we do get in here for 1. So an Elvish Mystic would have been ideal here with the hand rather than the Servant to get that early Boon Satyr. But we can flash in the Boon Satyr next turn, and then if the Servant dies, we'll have a big Boon Satyr, and then Surrak, of course, will be formidable. I do have to worry about like a good ultimate price coming down. Again, the nice thing is we could flash in response, and then it'd have to put the counter on our Boon Satyr. So I'm just going to go in and attack here and see what he decides to do. Just going to take it. And again, the play is going to be flashing in the Boon Satyr. He's going to Bile-Blight. All right, so now we'll flash in the Boon Satyr. Just because I think it's worth it to get that counter. Yep, so now we have a 5-3. Not too shabby. Doesn't trade with the Courser now. He could have another Bile-Blight and easily Bile-Blight it. That Bile-Blight did cost him a life too for the Land War Wastes. The Windswept is going to also cost him a life. So he's already down to a 16. We really haven't, done much to him. Probably going to Hero's Downfall. Yeah, Hero's Downfall is a Boon Satyr, which again costs him another life. So this turn, I'm actually hoping we draw into a land. We'll keep Surrak back. And that's actually nice. That's actually very good. So we'll go Servant and Avatar here. So now he's staring down the 5 power again. Still can't Siege Rhino. You got to think he's been running out of removal eventually here with the Hero's Downfall and the Bile-Blight. Who knows, maybe a Banishing Light. So he's got to use another black. No, he did that wrong. It's going to be an Anafenza. Anafenza's okay. I think that we just attack in with everything. I mean, I want to draw. Yeah, we attack in with both. And that'll give my guy... The Aspect will give my guy... wow, do I keep him alive or just kill the Anafenza? He really wants this guy dead. And I think I make... No, because I want my guy alive. Other than I would have a Reverent Hunter for a 3-3. I think that's fine. I think we make the trade. And of course, 3-3 isn't ideal with the Reverent Hunter, but it's fine. It's still another threat, and then if we draw into that other land, we'll have the Surrak. So here comes probably a Siege Rhino now. So that is annoying. And I can only pump my guy up by 2 if I attack in. I'd love to hit a land here. That's actually really good because now we have a huge Avatar. We're drawing pretty decently here. And now we can attack in with both of these again and force him to block with the Siege Rhino. And I will Aspect this to kill off the Siege Rhino. Which, that Siege Rhino just absorbed a ton of damage. And he's still quite in this game, especially with another Siege Rhino. But we've been drawing, instead of lands, we've been drawing into answers well, at least threats after threats after threats. He's been drawing answer, at least. Blocker, blocker, blocker. It looks like he's going to just Tasigur here, or he's going to Murderous Cut. Yeah, it's going to be Tasigur. Doesn't have enough mana for another Murderous Cut. At this point, I think we just start to bash in. I'd love to draw a land, but the Elvish Mystic's going to do it. So I think that we just smash in with everyone. And if he wants to block the 3/3, he can block the 3/3, which is what I would do. Yeah, and he just takes 6 here. He goes down to a 9. And Valor Stance him? Does he have a Valor Stance just chilling in his hand? Okay, that does not work out good for me. That was very bad because now he gets to kill a 3/3 and only do 1. So, yeah. Next turn, though, we can go Polukranos. Or we can actually, I don't know, Surrak is okay too. Either one. But I've just got to have him quit drawing into answer. What can we draw into here? I'm probably going to hit land now. It's about time that I hit my land. And that just ended up being a terrible attack for me. Maybe I should have just attacked in with the 5/4 and then had him Valor Stance it and still have a 3/3 threat and then have Surrak out. So now that I know he has Valor Stances in his deck, I think I'll be a little more conservative. So he's going to attack in for 4. I think he feels like he can be aggressive now. Which he can. I'm down to a 13 just from a Siege Rhino and 1 Tasigur hit. And if he's got another Siege Rhino, I'm just in very, very bad shape. Rakshas's Death Dealer is going to be very hard for me to deal with as it can pump up, and then actually take on Surrak. And now I've got to worry about the... Oh, what do I do here? Do I do Surrak and swing in and then force him to... I can't actually do... It's going to be Polukranos here. So if he's out of juice, I do have to give him back removal is the problem. And it looks like he has, what, another Valor Stance? Or he could have a command. Yeah, it looks like it's Dromoka's command, so he's just full of answers in this hand. He is pretty well positioned against me with this type of deck with Tasigur, Rakshas's Death Deal. I'm sure the Lion's in here. Fleecebane Lion is in here too. The good news about this, though, is he can stumble. A lot of doubles in here, like a black-green and a... Yeah, it was... That hurts big time with the Dromoka's command. Ugh, just perfect answers each turn for my threats. And let's see what else comes out here. And a Sorin to make matters worse. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to get out of this. I think I need to block with the Servant. Right? No. Might as well. Yeah, I'm going to lose this one. I don't see any chance of coming out of this. With the Tasigur finding value each turn. Again, this is nice though. We have a Servant into an Avatar. And I can poke Sorin down, which I'll do. But I don't know he cares at this point. He's got to be a little bit careful how he does this. I mean, he could just go runner with lands, and then I'm okay with... Yeah. Because I can kill Sorin, and then we're back to square one. The only problem is this Tasigur, I have to give him back a very, very, very relevant card here. There's no way around this. So again, I believe I'll just block in the Tasigur and throw it on the Avatar. But he still can pump it twice. And he can pump, yeah, he can still pump that twice for the Surrak on the backswing kill me. If I Surrak here. But this will allow me not to... Yeah, I need a land there just to keep back anything. We swing into Sorin. Yeah, he pumps and loses his Death Dealer. And then on the backswing does a number on me. Surrak, unfortunately, is going to have to just stay back. But this is definitely not looking good. So, attacking with the Avatar. Can he actually pump? Yeah, pump. Does he have that many black? Yes, he does have that much black source. Or he just regenerates, right? So he's going to regenerate the Death Dealer. And lets me kill Sorin. As he's wanting to activate the Tasigur and then force me to give him back something. And then just try to swing in for the win. I don't know if I agree with that play. But yeah, it works. I definitely will bring in the Hunt the Hunter to take out Siege Rhinos. Here comes the activation with the Tasigur. I'm hoping it finds something useless. Bile Blight's the best thing I can give him back. But I still have to block the... Yeah, I still have to block the Tasigur here. Or the Death Dealer. And then be at the mercy of my draws. It's tempting to take out anything that Bile Blight kills. But I don't think that's the right route to go either. I'm pretty much chalk this up as a loss. There's nothing that I can really do. Yeah, it's Texans both. I'll go after the Rexasha, at least make him use mana. Pump Regenerate is what I think he can do. Unless he just keeps wanting to be greedy with the Tasigur activations. I mean, what could I really draw into? Yeah, you might as well just keep your guy alive. You're so far ahead. Yeah, pump actually. Yeah, that works the same as regeneration, so... And Polukranos is not going to do... I'm just going to go on to the next... Well, I guess Avatar could now handle... Yeah, we'll Polukranos here. But a pump on the Death Dealer still gets the job done. And just now with a Bile Blight... I'm still liking Polukranos in this matchup. I think it's great. I'm actually thinking about the Arbor Colossus. The best case I can do here is like this. But, I mean, he could Bile Blight down the Avatar and regenerate on the Death Dealer and still be fine. Or he's going to pump and then pump again. This is a very difficult card to deal with. And then Bile Blight on the Avatar. Yeah, I've seen enough. I know exactly what he's going to do here. So, we will go on to game number 2. I'm going to bring in another Polukranos. I'm going to bring in a Hornet. Hornet Nest actually seems pretty good. So does Setessan Tactics. And to be honest with you, the Rangers' Guile seem very, very, very good here. Even Hunt the Hunter. Arbor Colossus, if I'm bringing Rangers' Guile, I guess they don't really get past a lot of... Maybe I just play the... I'm on the play here, so this actually is a lot different than if I was on the draw. Cards that I don't like, I'm not sure that Collected Company is the right play here. Or even cards like Boon Satyr. I mean, again, I got to make a decision if aggressive is how I want to go, or if I just want to try to go more over the top. And I'm leaning this more mid-range strat, but on the play, I'm leaning just aggressive as possible. So maybe we do just stick to our guns here. I still like the Setessan Tactics. I still like Rangers' Guile seem incredible in this matchup. So maybe it is Polukranos that is just too slow if we want to just aggro him out. And even one of these like Elvish Mystics might just be just wrong for this deck. As everything else, I understand Elvish Mystic ramps me, but it just might be the wrong card. As ramping isn't the issue, I want to be getting stable threats each turn. Now, again, I can make that argument with taking out just the Swordwise Centaurs and the Heirs, and I might take out the Heir of the Wilds and the Swordwise Centaurs next match, and then bring in Arbor Colossuses and such, and just go over the top and make all of his Bile Blights not as good. But maybe I'm just overthinking this. I'm thinking that the way to do this is just to out-aggro him. And this is not the hand that's going to do it. This is a very, very slow hand. I'm going to mulligan it, ship it back. This is a much, much better hand, I guess. With the Swordwise Centaur, Ranger's got to protect it. I'm not too happy with this hand, though. But we can basically cast everything, keep one of them alive. But if he gets out an early Siege Rhino, I don't know if we're going to be able to compete. In all honesty, though, this is probably not the matchup that I wanted to see first game. I think the Abzan's very well positioned to beat up on a non-sly aggro. And Abzan, this deck, their only hope is to slam Siege Rhinos and Sorins. Otherwise, and then with the new Atarka's sly decks, forcing them not to gain life, or just going crazy with like Horthing Outbursts into Atarka's command, doing 3 damage and giving all creatures +1/+1, can really just overwhelm an Abzan deck that stumbles on, comes into play tap lands or pain lands or whatnot. So this deck, though, Abzan seems very, very well positioned just to beat up, because if he is running Fleecemane Reliance, he can kind of keep on par with my 2-drops. He decides to keep his hand. Okay, we'll keep this one. Took him a while to think. I don't know if he was just AFK or if he was debating whether or not he likes his opener. I'm going to definitely go Swordwise Centaur over the Avatar. I'd like to bait off the weaker of it, and then if I draw later on to a card that gives a counter, then the Avatar is much better. So there's our forest. I don't want to see another forest now unless we draw into like a Surrak. But there's a Swordwise Centaur. And then we'll hit an Avatar of the Resolute and hopefully just outrace him. Alright, so it comes to play tap land. He could have a Thoughtseize, and Thoughtseize is a little bit of an issue. But the good news is I can Avatar and keep up a Ranger's Guile after this. I don't know if he'd leave in Thoughtseizes against a very aggro deck, though. I think that he can just rely on playing the route he played last time. Drawing into 2 lands, of course, is not what I want to see in my first 2 draws, but now we can cast everything in our deck. And we got the Ranger's Guile for whatever reason. I mean, whatever he could put out here. I'd hate to see like a... Well, he can't even Siege Rhino or Courser quite yet. And Offenza is a pain, for sure. And I don't see any way around Anafenza. That just stops me in my tracks. So we're just going to try our best to establish a larger threat. And that's quite a large threat. But I don't want to just sacrifice these cards this time, as I do believe they have value later on, at least for another Hunter. So he gets Siege Rhino here. He decides not to do anything. Heir's nice, but we'll just slam in with the Hunter. And he's going to attempt to Abzan charm it, but we'll Guile it. So that got a life out of the way, and we get hexproof. And now he's got to decide whether he wants to take 7. And he does. So he's down to an 8. And this really, a bigger Hunter this time, a 7/7 Hunter, is going to really put him on the ropes. I mean, what he needs to have is like double removal here, which easily with the amount of lands he has, he could do. He could go Valorous Stance, and be just fine. Siege Rhino's fine, though. Siege Rhino, he has to block here. So I'm just going to Blitz next turn and hope that I don't know if he wants to scoop here. I don't think he has to. He can block one of them and block another and be down to a 1, and then kill off one of these, and then one of his guys is dead, and then the next turn just slam another if he has like another Siege Rhino. But yeah, that was a pretty aggressive draw. So on the play though, I'm trying to think if this is the right route to go, or if it is, hey, let's pump out a Hornet's Nest. He does have Bile Blistle that make me think the Hornet's Nest is a lot weaker. Polukranos blocks and offends okay, but with all of his tricks, I just think the Polukranos is just something that's just not quite aggressive enough, and that's crazy for me to say that. I want to stay as aggressive as possible, and I think we found the sweet spot. All of our cards either come out incredibly quick and are threats, or the Rangers Guiles are very good, and the Aspect of Hydras are very good. And the Setessan Tactics can kind of play this removal route where we can clear up his Siege Rhinos and Anaphenzas, etc., etc., etc. Yeah, with knowing that he probably is running a lot of charms, that is a ton of removal. Charms, Valor Stances, Dramoka's Command. Just Abzan just has so many answers to like a Fatties deck, like our green deck that we could transition into. Now, Collected Company does seem kind of neat in this. Now, it could just be better than Surrak. And I'm thinking that Collective Company, we're going to try. I don't want to get too many Surraks again and have them kind of stuck. I'm going to try the Collected Company. See if it ends up working out in our favor. I'd rather diversify threats. And we'll try it. But I think that is Surrak's place. I don't think we want more converted mana cost 4 to stumble on. I want to be hitting a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and whatnot. So here this is a great hand. We have a way to protect our avatar. We have a first turn Servant. But he does immediately fix his mana base with a Citadel. Well, now we have an Aspect of Hydra. This hand's getting better and better. I'd hate to see a Death Dealer here, but it's not the worst thing that could happen. Self-inflicted wound. Okay. Well, he's got to get that out of the way right now. And that's actually very good because it screws up my entire plan of having a large avatar here and then a larger avatar the next. So he even has a self-inflicted wound. So much removal. That is crazy amount with His entire deck must be removal, removal, removal. I'm hoping an Anafenza doesn't come out here because I don't know if I can deal with it. And look, Abzan Charm actually kills an Avatar with the Resolute. Wow. Okay. So there's a Surrak. We can actually keep this guy alive. Surrak actually has Formidable off of an Avatar. But it might just be, now that we can protect our guy, I don't know. You know, what we... I just hope that he doesn't have much of anything in his hand, but even a Tasker at this point is rough. Yeah, Rexash's Death Dealer is rough. He can't quite regenerate it or pump it. So I think it is just slam Surrak. And hopefully he doesn't have a way to deal with it. Command or Valor Stance is what I'm hoping. I'd love just to trade with the Avatar. That is very, very good. I'll make that trade any day of the week. I disagree with that. But maybe he's just trying to play around like a huge Aspect of Hydra, or he's thinking he could stabilize with other cards in his hand, which might be true. I don't know exactly. You know, I'm not privy to what he has in his hand. He could be stuck on. Well, he's got a second source now for Hero's Downfall. I was going to say maybe stuck on a bunch of Hero's Downfalls in his hand. But I need to quit drawing lands, that's for sure. Boon Satyr's nice. I could actually flash it onto Surrak. But I'm thinking he's going to want to remove it here. Oh, wow. So, yeah, Boon Satyr... I definitely could have got that extra 4 damage. I'm not sure if that's going to matter. I mean, we could have gone for it right there. No, we couldn't have. It required 1 more mana. But we're in great shape. I don't know why he didn't play anything last turn. I hope he just taps out for a Siege Rhino. And Hostilities. And there's no way around that. But that's game anyway, because we just flashed in the Boon Satyr. He played land, right? And then Aspect of Hydra, and he's dead. So he even brought in End Hostilities, so Self-Inflicted Wound, Abzan Charm, End Hostilities, Hero's Downfall, Bile Blight, Valor Stance, Dramoka's Command, on and on and on the... removal. So all I need to do is attack in here. And Aspect of Hydra. And that does the 6. Plus we could actually get up to an 8. So there we go. We win game 1. So this deck is actually even capable of beating one of the, what I would consider one of the harder matchups in the format. Being, I'm thinking Mardu would actually be more rough, like a Mardu mid-range deck. But Abzan for sure, with all that removal, and then the Siege Rhinos to stabilize, the Anafenza, the Rexash's Death Dealer, the Fleecemane Lions, it definitely is a difficult deck just to pound through. But we have some tricks up our sleeves with this deck as well, with the Aspect of Hydras, with the Boon Satyrs, with the Collected Companies. All these things are going to come out of nowhere. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that match. This has been Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching Playing on a Budget. If you haven't already, please subscribe to Gathering Magic and check out our Playing on a Budget playlist, which contains every episode. Thanks again and hope to see you soon.